So we're going to start recording it. All right, so this week what we're going to start working on is the flipbook assignment. So I added a couple of videos for flipbook. And so just to get a sense of what a flipbook is, I will share this. Real fast. Okay. Is everybody, were y'all able to see that with me sharing the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good deal. All right. I've never tried to do that with YouTube and do like, here, watch this video, and we'll play a video while we're on the thing. Okay, so flipbook is a series of still images that you can make into a flipbook. Now, I've done them by hand in the past, and I've done some other things. We're going to talk about how to do it in Photoshop or any other graphic software. Now, like Photopea has an animation palette, and it works similar. I don't know if all the tricks work the same way. But I have put like how to animate in Photoshop CC. And this guy, actually, I watched like 5 minutes of the video this morning, and in the 5 minutes, there's stuff that I didn't even know, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that. So first off, you don't want it to be huge as far as size. So we're going to be doing this for the web. Dun, dun, dun. And I don't know, film video. Yeah. So this is going to be for the web. We don't have to make it real big. I'll do it by like 3 inches by 3 inches, and a resolution of 72. So that I can get zoom in kind of close on this. All right, so I have 2 screens, so now I'm kind of like wondering where some stuff goes. So there we go. All right, so the thing is, like when I look at Photoshop and I'm gonna do an animation, we're gonna be using the, make sure I'm in Photoshop, and we're gonna be using the timeline. It used to be called the animation palette, but they changed it. I don't know why. But the timeline. So the timeline is, it shows up down here in the bottom. And so get my layers, where's my layers? There we go. It showed up on the other screen. That's why I was like, no. All right, so why am I looking at artboard? All right, so let's say I'm gonna do something simple. That's really big. Window. So let's make it a little smaller. A little smaller. All right, so just starting out, I'm just gonna draw a circle. All right. So I'm going to, so I have artboard 1 tracks down here. And so at this point, if I want to create another frame, or I can drag that and put it there, I think. Is that how that works? So all right, so yeah, you grab the little purple box and you can move it around, put it, and what that does, it now lets the Photoshop know that all my little layers are going to be right here. So, so when I go from layer 1, you see it says video group 1, video group 2. When I put the other one down there, it turned that layer into video group 2, which I don't need anymore. So I have video group 1. Now see, in this way, I can see the layer below. So if I want to draw it again, all right, so I'll draw it again. Wait, why did I do that? Jump back that one. All right, well, I was trying what he was doing, so it was a little trickier than what I had anticipated. So, it's locked out. So this is so y'all know I have problems too sometimes. So, yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna do it the way I know how to do it. All right, so I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm gonna draw a circle, then I'll make a new layer, and I can draw a circle, and so I can just kind of layer these, and I can always go back in and then stack them. And so now I'm gonna play. Should fade over. All right. So that's going really slow. So, but we'll work on that. Now, personally, the timeline thing, you can work with that if you want. I'm not really worried about. I always like personally this little 3 dots down here in the bottom of the window right here. So this one for me has always been how I've done my flip books. So I can go in here and I can draw on this first layer. And I'll draw that one. All right. So then I would go in, and this little button adds a keyframe. Now you'll see that it looks exactly like the other one. If I come in here and I create a layer, and with that keyframe selected, I can come in and I can make it go away, or I can come over here and I can draw another shape. Now, let's be really honest, I am just kind of drawing stuff. Now here, I don't want that layer on. Here, I don't want that layer on. I want that layer on this one. I want a new layer. And so I'm going here and draw a shape. So yeah, I know I look like I'm doing this really fast, but I'm just kind of. So with that keyframe, this keyframe, this keyframe. So where'd you go? There you are. All right. So at this point, I can duplicate this keyframe. So it happens twice, and I can duplicate this keyframe, and I can drag it up here. I drew those too close. I shouldn't have drew those too close. All right. So let's do this. Let's go in here. So this is the kind of thing that makes you want to drink. To the end. All the way to the end. There you go. So, all right. So let's first off, let's do this. Let's change all their time down to 0.1 seconds. All right. So that's using keyframe setup, and that's usually like more like classic animation. So this actually kind of looks like a flip card. So I have done things in the past where I've used photographs that I've taken in rapid succession and put them in here. And this takes a little work. Using the timeline is a little bit better. And it's a little smoother, but it's sort of a newer edition, and it's not letting me move. And you can add media like sound and stuff like that. So there are easier softwares to use for doing animation. There's some that are just for doing flip books and stuff like that. So in this, what I'm going to be looking for as far as the assignment goes is the creation of a relatively simple flip book. It doesn't have to be super amazing as far as things go. But the trick is to really just get where you understand the book, okay, that was the problem with the timeline. So if I create another layer, I have to move the playhead up, so I'm on that layer. Create another layer. Let's see what this MUT looks like. So to play, I can just I can move the playhead back, hit the spacebar. All right. So let's see if we could do something. Do something a little bit more organized than this little train wreck I've got going on. So we're going to say a new frame. Now, in this case, let me draw in this layer a stick figure. So super simple, not hard to do. Duplicate the dude. Notice it created a new set. I can go in here and I can try to time the head on the right layer. I'm going to erase. That was a big eraser for this. So there, and then duplicate it again. Move the playhead up so I'm on the right frame, on the right thing. This time, let's make that eraser a little bit smaller so I don't erase his head. Go back in with the brush. I'm going to duplicate this again. Over. Make sure I'm in the right keyframe. And this is like really bad. So I expect y'all to be better than what I'm doing right here. This is just kind of repetitively creating the same. Oh. I'm going to duplicate. Erase this on. Oh. Undo. I'm going to erase. And I'm going to duplicate. And I didn't duplicate. I made a layer. Duplicate. Move up the next frame. And I'm going to erase. All right. So now I want to shrink down these time frames. So about two for each one. This I'm just sort of doing manually. There's a way to enter an exact time, but I'm just trying to get it in the right neighborhood. I think I made that one like too fast. There's gonna be one that just like gone. All right, so take the playhead back and let's go. All right, still way too slow. So, all right, so I want to set the time. Set it to 0.1. Ooh, all right, let's see how fast this goes. So boom, all right. So now I want to play back. Hey, how y'all doing? So I may have made them a little too short, but you know, I would start with a very simple stick figure, practice with the tool. You can adjust the opacity, position. So with position, position's always been one of the better ones to create a series. So let me stop recording and then